All right. Hey, how's everybody doing? Okay, we're gonna start another instruction series. Um, this one, a few people wanted waves in sand, waterfalls, waves in a lake. So we're gonna try for a waterfall beach scene with some green mountains and rocks and whatnot. It's gonna be a whole lot of green, different varieties of green. And we're going to more than likely add a lot of glazing to this project here. All right. Um, this is a 16 by 20 canvas board, and this time I gessoed it in very light blue. All right. So your eyes aren't deceiving you. I gessoed everything in light blue. I also did something I don't do too often. I sketched out the scene. Now you don't particularly see the third waterfall because of this guy right here, but it is there. It's just beyond there. Okay. We'll do like any traditional painting, acrylic or oil. You're gonna start from the back and go forward. All right. So we're gonna work on the sky. Okay. As I block in certain things, we'll do it that way. We'll do it the block in method, and we'll work it a part at a time. All right. And I was contemplating on what to do skywise. So I might give this sky a slight darkening up top by the corners, and probably lighten it up a little bit on the bottom, and we'll work the clouds in. After we work the clouds in, then we'll start on the hills back there or the mountain. All right, there's a couple of them. So I'm gonna try for something. The mountain is something I really don't believe I've ever done. I don't think. And the mountains will all be green. It will be tree covered mountains. Okay. All right. With all of that said, let's get to getting here. I'm a little tired, but we're gonna at least get a start on this. Okay. And I will use vegetable glycerin on the sky here. It won't be too much. It'll be fairly thin. Okay. I will go a little bit into the mountain because the clouds are going to go into the mountain. It it doesn't, interrupt the flow of the piece. So you're going to cover up some of your mountain. But if you know where it is, don't worry about it. All right. So just a little bit. Hopefully it won't glare too much, and you'll be able to see it fine. All right. All right, I'm just wiping my brush off on my beach towel here. And we're gonna I'm gonna use a different brush. We're just gonna use a little touch of this very deep Prussian blue. Prussian blue is a very deep color, be careful. I don't want it too dark up here. Okay. And the blue will fade in. Like I said, I just want a little bit up there. I don't have to have it perfect because we'll just blend it in with a different brush. But I'll have it dark over here in the corners a little. Show a little love in this area. All right. Like I said, I don't want it overpower it with that super dark blue, but we'll fade that in. I'll take a mop brush. Oh, if you keep looking and noticing that the blue will spread apart, and the glycerin does that. Okay, and I'm not going to go in a circular motion. I'll just go to X strokes here. I want it to just be a little smooth. It will flatten out, so don't worry about streaks and such. It will definitely flatten out. But I will smooth out some of these edges. Even into the mountain, just continue it on. We will add clouds in here. It's going to be kind of a tropical scene. All right. The glycerin just helps to blend, smooth out your colors and such. All right. And that's basically what I'm doing. Okay. I'm going to take a little dot of white. I should be able to get away with it because of the glycerin. I'll just brighten up the bottom here just a little bit. And it's going to mix in a little with that blue that I already have on the canvas. And that's basically all I'm going to do with that. All right. Just blend it out on the bottom a little bit. Just add a little bit of shine down there. Just a small touch of it in there. Okay. It's all right if it goes up into these clouds, or up into this part of the sky, because other clouds will be in there. So I'll kind of blend that in a little bit. We're going to come over here and we're going to do the exact same thing, just blend it in. Circular motion, go back and forth. Nice easy blend with all of this. Okay. Okay. Hello, Rosemary. Hello, Linda. Fatima, hello. Greetings, everybody. For those of you who just popped in, I'm going to do it is a waterfall beach scene because somebody requested waterfall, how to paint in waterfalls. They requested waves in the sand and waves in the lake. Okay, so we're going to try to get all of that into one painting here. Let's get the hair out of there. Can I get that hair out of there? Move that guy out of there. There we go. Now the glycerin, depending on how warm your room is, it'll stay pretty wet for a while. This is more glycerin than paint, so it's going to stay pretty wet for a minute. Okay, let's work on some clouds here. I want to give the clouds some darkened cloud bottoms, so we're going to shape the clouds a little differently today. I'm trying to find a brush that can help me out here. Maybe this battered up fella can do the trick. Okay. And I'll just take a little bit of white. Okay. And we'll deliberately shape the clouds like clouds. Here, I'll come in here and just kind of tap away like this. All right. Oh, let's go over here. We'll pop one in here like this. And let's get a little more white. We'll pop one down in here. Something like that. Come up here a little bit. Go past that. We'll bring this one up a little bit more. Like that. All right. I do have a soft brush where I can blend those out and just see if I can find it. Well, I'll use this fella. I'll come down here on, well, let's wisp some of these a little bit. But we'll kind of blend those out down there a little bit. We'll come up here, we'll softly blend this, soften it just a little bit. We'll wisp up some stuff here. Come down here, bring those down. Okay. Very soft. Very soft blend. We'll wipe out some of that extra glycerin in there. Okay, I'll leave it this there. We'll leave it like that. Now I'm gonna slowly add some darkness underneath to give it a little body. See, there's an actual bottom to the clouds. Hey, Tommy Travels, how's it going? Good to see you. I'll mix a slight touch of blue, very slight, a little touch of brown. It'll gray it out a bit. Okay. I don't want it too dark. Let's get some white. We'll soften that a little bit. Just add just a little touch of brown to it. We'll gray it out a little. Okay. And I'll come down here. Just add a little bit there. Okay, and we're gonna marry this right in. We'll come in here like this. Maybe up under here a little bit. Add a little pin here too. Once again, I just want a little bit of a bottom to the clouds here. And we'll very gently blend those in. Like I said, I do have a smaller blending brush, a little tiny one that I'm definitely going to need for this part. I do have it. It's a short little fellow. And I just got to look for him. He is, I actually have two of these guys. I got a strong inkling that they are already up here. And they're tiny. Yep. There they are. Okay. So we're going to come in and we're going to softly blend, but pat it in there a little bit. And we'll kind of brush it in. Soften it in a little bit. Down below, bring them in. Blend it right in there. Marry them right in there. really smooth, like make it really soft. If you got to, blend it right into the brighter colors. You don't really need a sharp edge for the darker part of the clouds, because we know it's there. Keep the intensity of your clouds by just going either on the bottom or you blend out the top. The key to it is just make it smooth. Make it smooth. And if you feel it's too much, if you feel it's too much, you can go back over it, a little bit of it with the white, if you feel it's too much. And I'll show you. Okay. So now you got an instant bottom to the clouds here. Okay. I'll take this same brush, get a little touch of white. Hey, Ace, how are you? Good to see you. Hey, Larry. Now, I don't have to go too crazy with the, see, now I can just very softly blend that gray into the white and blend the rest into the other clouds so you can form and shape them any way you want. Okay. Well, the key thing is to really get that blend going where you're introducing the white into the gray. Okay, I'm wiping off my brush, and once again I just mix and blend those bottoms in there. And I can use this very soft brush and lightly play around and blend things, move it around a bit. Okay. Once again, you don't really see me do clouds like this too many times. I can do them if it calls for it to be like this. Okay. If it needs to. Don't need too much white. Just where you feel you might want to highlight or so. I'll wipe off my brush, and over here on the edge, you just fluff away. Now this evening, rather, I'm using glycerin. Okay. I'm gonna use something else too that you don't normally see me use. I should use it, but I don't. I'm gonna use one of my Hake brushes to soften and blend that out a little bit. Blend out everything. I'll use this guy. Very, very soft bristles. Be very light with it. Very light. Don't overdo it because you easily can overblend. Okay. Once again, I'm just smoothing things out here. And it actually does smooth out your work. Come over here. It smooths out the blue, smooths out the clouds, smooths the gray, but it doesn't alter your work unless you go overboard with it. It's a very soft brush. Very soft. Okay. And you blend it as much as you feel you need to, going in different directions. This type of brush is not very difficult to clean either. I only have glycerin on certain areas of this painting so far. I don't think I'll need to go anywhere else. Okay. Good to see you, Ace. I appreciate you. Well, Tommy, I don't normally sketch them in. This is more or less a more detailed lesson on how to do certain things, and I'll use certain methods to do them. So today, yeah, I decided to sketch in the mountains, but I usually don't. And when I shown Bruce, I didn't sketch him in. Maybe in the beginning I did to show him the shape and whatnot, but other than that, yeah, I usually don't sketch him in. But these are going to be a little different mountains altogether. So as you can see, I got different types of green. I got the deep blue, some yellow, white, yellow ochre, and some umber. All right, so we're gonna do a few different things here for this painting. And while I'm thinking about it right now, let's get a smaller brush. Really doesn't matter at this stage what size brush I use, but this, at least for right now, will block in the waterfalls so you guys can see it. I guess I'll use a kind of a dark blue brown to sketch them in. We'll put the waterfalls in, at least the ones you can see anyway. Obviously, there's one right here. I'm gonna sketch them in dark on purpose. This is dry on dry or wet on dry. There's no glisten or anything. When I do stuff like this, I'm going slightly below the tree line on purpose. Okay, so there's waterfall 1. I'm using very little bit of blue and brown because, you know, the waterfalls, they're not the biggest things in the world. But it is good to block them in though. Here's waterfall number 2, right in here. Block it right in. All right, let's move this up a little bit here. There's waterfall number 3 over there. I'm gonna dip my brush into a little bit of water. Let's use up the rest of this. It just reactivates the paint. There's nothing in the paint, it's just regular paint. I'm just reading your chat real quick here. And it's just me blocking it in. And yes, I did gesso this or paint this in a light blue background. The whole board is light blue. Okay, so there's the 3. All right. Once again, I just wanted to block those in. Okay. All right. Let's bring this guy back down. And maybe we'll put him over here right now. We're working with these guys. Let's start blocking some things in. Okay. I'll use a little bit of blue. Let's use the darker green. So I've got the blue and the darker green. We'll block it in with this. And remember, right now, all I'm really concerned about is blocking in, blocking in the mountain. Paint here, and we're just blocking it in. Go past the other mountain, like so. Let's bring that down a little bit. Okay. Cleaning off the brush. There's a method to my madness why you see me tapping this like this. There's a little method to my madness to why I'm doing it this way. Okay. All right. Some of you might be able to key in on it already, but once again, there's a method to my madness. I'm gonna take Mr. Softy brush here, very gently, circular motion. Very slight touch of white. Oh, for those of you who aren't familiar with what's going on with the camera, it's an automatic timer. This is a DSLR camera. It's an older style one. So it can only stay on for 29 minutes and 59 seconds. And so it just, I set a number for it and it will just click and we continue on with the video. But that's why you see it doing what you just seen. Okay. All right. That's one part of that guy. We're going to go over there on the other half. Which is up here. It is a mountain, but it's a mountain of a certain height. And it's still at a height, which is impressive. That trees, full-size giant trees, can still grow. Okay, once it passes about 6,000 feet or so, the air gets a little thin for a tree and they get smaller or they just grow non-existent. So, once again, we're just blocking in things right now. Okay. Oh yeah, I can change it in an instant if I wanted to. Yeah, if I wanted to do that, sure, I could set it to do that. Change the whole painting on the fly. I've done that. Yeah. I don't know why I'm using this tiny brush for this, but once again, I'm blocking things in here. Different green because this part of the mountain is more or less toward us up front, in your face type of deal. So I'm just breaking it off in colors right now. And I'm going to use a bigger brush. Why am I using this baby brush for this part? I don't know. But once again, the ugly duckling stage of the painting, you're just blocking it in. I'm going to use, we'll use the 1-inch brush because once again, I'm just blocking it in. Nothing special. Just blocking it in the, and I don't need any glycerin or anything for this part. It's just me blocking this guy in. Doesn't have to be super neat because there's going to be, we're going to paint the illusion of a couple thousand, tens of thousands of trees in this. So that really won't be necessary. And we'll be blending different types of greens. Okay. So sap green so far, viridian green I'm using. And you can add blue to your greens. You can add red to your greens. A little bit of brown to your greens. All right. You can do all of that if you choose to, if you desire to. I'm using charcoal paints, which got plenty of glycerin in it all by itself, so I really don't need the glycerin. Okay. Once again, just blocking this guy in. So I hope everybody had a pretty good Saturday. I had to think for a second, what day is this? Okay, as I'm looking and checking things out here, I think we're hanging in there. I think we're doing all right. Okay, different set of greens here, and we're gonna have like a few rocky things going around in here around the waterfall, but the majority of this painting is going to be pretty much green. All right, let's mix sap green and the lighter viridian green together. Okay, and we're going to add a touch of, if I can get some here, a little touch of brown in that, which is going to give me yet another color, another set of another color of green. Okay. Okay. Whatever on in this area here. And trust me, believe it or not, this is going to represent a whole lot of trees, all right? But once again, I'm just blocking in the color for right now. Okay. Well, I'll do it a different way. Hold on. There. I'll go a little solid here. Yeah, we'll thin it out right around in that area. Now, this approach you can do with just about anything. You can use this approach for a house, a car, farmland, okay, whatever you see fit. You can use this approach to your painting. Now, this is more of a traditional style painting. The only thing I really glazed and did something special with are the clouds up here. But I want to show you something as the glycerin starts, because I put too much on, it will start to run on you, as you can see here. All right, but have no fear, because you can just do one of these numbers and wipe it right away. Okay, see, it cleans right up. And you're wiping it off. I'm going into the white, going into the back into that blue. So it'll clean it right up. So once again, hashtag don't panic. You'll be all right. Just like that. Okay, where am I at here? Oh yes. Let's get our tiny little brush if I can find it. There we are. Come here. Come to Papa. Oh, that's right. I don't have nothing there to do that. I forgot. Let's get a little bit of water. A little bit of water. Okay, I can't. I forgot. I don't have no glycerin there. In case I run into something like that, oh, you guys can barely see it because I got the thing on the one side here. Okay, there's no glycerin or anything here for me to fade. I forgot that I did that, but that's no problem. Take a little touch of white, small touch of white, very small. Okay, so it's okay. It's all right. Small touch of white. I'm going down below where all that stuff is. Go down below and then work your way up into it. So down below, work your way into it. Okay. Now, I'm not looking for it to totally disappear, but I am looking to smooth that out a little bit, just to cushion the abruptness of that. And this will help as we move it later on down the road. Okay. And I'll just let it dry. I'll keep this where I can easily find it. I'm gonna need some more of this Viridian, and I'm gonna need some more of this green, and I'm gonna need a little touch of brown here. We'll just use that much, it's all right. Pop it in there. Okay. This guy is way up here, like that. Come on down, just like this. Since I'm not over on the other, yeah, I am on the other. Well, I'll move it anyway. Let's put you over here this time, because we're on this side of the painting. Yeah, right about there. Well, no, let's make it a little lower. What about here, maybe? And then we'll just kind of bring it down there like that. Then the rest of this can be colored in. Oh, right up in there. Just like that. Right up in here. Just like that. All this gets blocked in. We got glycerin here. Glycerin all in here. Once again, you're not looking for super perfect because once again, you're blocking this in. All right, you're starting to see what it's somewhat looking like. All right. Once again, this is the block in stage. I'm not a big fan of this paint, but it is thicker paint, so I can add just a touch of water, loosen it up a bit. Block all this in. I think I'm gonna run out, but that's fine. I'll just make some more. I'll make some more right now. A little Viridian, a little bit of the other green, a little touch of brown. Pop it in there. Okay, that should be dark enough. Should be. Let's see. That's a little too brown. Let's get some more green. Let's move it over a little bit. Lighten that up a tad. Did that do it? Almost. Well, it'll pass. It'll suffice. That'll work. That goes in the close enough category. There we go. Okay, that's what we call the close enough category. It's close enough. Okay. All righty. Now, are we talking about socks now? I think my painting turned into a Rorschach test for Larry. He's starting to see tongues in clouds, or tongues in the background. Okay, let's bring this upward. I don't know why it's funny to me, but it is. Okay, let's go into some blue. Let's put it right there in that green already. Okay. We're gonna get a little touch of water, loosen up that paint just a slight bit. Hopefully I got enough here to cover both sides, theoretically. We'll see. We'll start right from here. Right about here. Butt it right into the previous color there. And bring it down. I can already tell I'm not gonna have enough. Let's pop the rest of that green in there. Get some of that dark blue. Let's not play no games. A little touch of brown in there. All right. Let's see what this is looking like. A little more blue. Get some water in that. Okay. We should have enough to cover both sides. Right up around in this area, we'll kind of get it looking just like that. And then we'll just put that here. Once again, I'm not looking for super perfect. We're only blocking this stuff in. Okay. Where we at here? We're over here. Now, just because you see it green doesn't necessarily mean it's going to stay green. Okay. We'll come up with, oh, yes, right, we got that guy. So we'll put it in right there. Just like that. And we'll bring, actually, I want him up and over. This guy is up and over like that. So we got a little bit of depth in that waterfall. He's up and over like that. Then we come here. Up on the top. There, we got some green on the bottom of that brush. We can. There we go. Let's bring some of that down here. What the heck just happened? Are you guys still with me? Let me know. Are you guys still with me? Hey, Kelly. My tablet said my Wi-Fi just disconnected. So answer me back if you guys can still hear me. I'm getting all sorts of freaky things going on over here. might have an internet crackhead poltergeist playing with me tonight. I'm just dipping my brush into a little bit of water just to finish off blocking this in. At least for this side. Okay, thank you, Larry. Thank you, Fatima. Thank you very much. I did enjoy Doris's stream. That was nice. You guys, I didn't really chat too much in there, but I did listen to it. I had it on the big screen, listening and enjoying myself. It was very nice. Okay. Crap. I ran out of that green. Hold on. I think it was sap green. I'll put it back up here. And oh, where the heck are you? This you? No. Oh, I'll use this instead. I think I use this anyway. Let me see. Yeah, I think I used you anyway. No, I didn't. You're too light, but it's all right. You're not the one I used. Put it way over here. It's the other one I used. I'll bring it back. Okay. Hold on for a second. A little bit of brown, a little bit of that blue, and that green. Mix it up here. All right, a little touch of water. And we'll continue on the other half. If you notice also that each green that I'm using is darker and darker. On purpose, there's a reason for that. The method, once again, to my madness. Right about there. Just like so. Okay. Alrighty then. As I'm looking at it and checking things out, even at this stage, all right, just to make sure things are cool, things are right, come down below and bring it up into that green. Once again, there's a reason why I'm adding this in there. Even though this is not, well, it is kind of necessary. I was going to say not necessarily the subject. It is part of the subject. I'm doing a few subjects at once in this painting. People wanted a waterfall. They wanted waves in sand, waves on a lake. So we got this giant waterfall, or a few, 3 waterfalls. You got the mist. We got a large body of water down there. We're going to have sand, the whole 9 yards. Okay. So once again, pop that in there like that. Just because you see what's going on here doesn't mean it's going to look that way when I finish. I forgot I had a little bit of paint on that. It's okay. When you run into little errors like that, you can always correct them. Okay. So, hashtag don't panic. Oh, you see the lake now, huh? Yeah, it's there. It's there. So basically, I'm building a bunch of depth and distance. Okay, which in turn is reason why some of this green is gradually getting deeper, darker there. Okay. Okay. Here, let's take this same color. We'll just use that. We'll just use more brown. Okay, into this green. So, waste not, want not color. Go with some touch of white in it. It kind of turns it like a rock gray, like that. Okay. Color mixing is fun. Color blending is fun. You'll get accustomed to it the more you do it. Okay. Plain and simple. The more you do it, the more accustomed you'll get to doing it. All right. Okay. We're gonna have all sorts of little things to play with in here. Come here. We're gonna come up in here. There's gonna probably be a bunch of rocks here, or boulders, or something or another, up in this area right here. So let me get this straight while I'm here. Okay, something like that. But it kind of ends here. We're gonna go straight across, straight across, straight across, straight across, straight across, straight across. Boom, right about in here. Something like that. Okay, and we almost got it. Somewhat. All right. All up in here. Once again, I'm blocking things in. Up in here like that. Okay. Of course, you're not going to get too much mist. These are in front of everything else. I'm using larger brushes to pop in all of this blocking stuff. Okay. All right. I think we might be a-okay-ish. All right. Let's take this gray, because it is gray. And gray is such a forgiving color. You can add anything in this mess. It's just ridiculous. We're going to put a little blue into that green, like so. All right. Maybe a slight touch of white in there. Then some more blue. Still want that blue-green. There, that's beautiful. That's perfect. Okay, once again, I'm going to get some water to pop it in and loosen it up a bit. Okay. I'm going to block this whole painting in. At least I can do that. At least I can do that. Let me, are you sure that's a wise thing to do, Larry? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying, Larry. I'm just saying. Okay. What is it doing here? There. Why is it doing that? Come on back. Oh, that is way behind. Let's do something about that. There we go. All right. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Just right there. Yes, I'm measuring things out here. I kind of have to because there's a fade that's going to come here in a, well, it'll be a ways off, but there's a fade there. Don't worry, it'll come back. I'm not doing too much. If it's an important part and it does that, I'll just stop. But once again, I'm just blocking stuff in. So as I'm blocking it in, you guys should be able to somewhat get an idea of what's going on here. Okay. Okay. Somewhat. You should be able to see somewhat what's happening now. Okay. Boy, people are threatening to take paddles away. You know, maybe it's something in the soup you guys are having or whatever. Y'all violent. No more of that TV wrestling for you guys. You know they script that, right? Yeah, I'm just saying. As I'm checking things out. I'm gonna take my little brush here. Let's see if I can get away with it if it's still wet enough for me to. Let's see. Let's see if it is. I'll keep going back and forth. Let's see if it is. Somewhat. Somewhat I can get away with it. Somewhat. Back and forth, back and forth. Let's see if I can get away with it. We'll scumble it. This don't matter. That's not what I'm looking to do. Just in here. Okay. I don't need to do anything more to that. As long as I got it going in that direction, I'm good. Okay. All right. Let's let this disappear for a second. You guys can get an idea of what's happening there. Look at that. All right. And that's just me blocking all of that in. Okay. So I think you guys can somewhat get the idea of what's happening now. All right. Okay. let's get into some. Um, let's go yellow ochre for 1 second. Let's bring it away from anything green. Let's put it up here. Can you guys see that at first? Not because I didn't turn the camera back on. Okay, we're up here. Maybe a touch of white in there. That's not enough. Will that work? A little brighter than that. We might be able to get away with this for right now, for this second. Okay, we'll put this. Something like that. And we'll bring it inward. Once again, I'm still blocking stuff in. All the blocking stage. After this painting, we're going to go into anatomy, human anatomy. We'll do a, actually it's a toss up. Maybe I'll do human anatomy, maybe I'll do an animal, a pet. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know if I want it that far or not. Well, you know what? I mean, it can be. It can be. We'll see. We'll see. Still blocking out stage. I can change my mind. Okay, so we've got a little bit of that happening right now for the sand. Okay. All right. Let's go more touch of white here. Let's see what this brings here. Maybe I want some brighter sand up around here. Let's go like this. Let's come down like that. We'll come down like this. Narrow. A little further out like that. Come back here. And then we'll pop a longer one there. But it's just some light stuff there. Brush it in there real quick. Like that. It's just an idea. It's not bright enough, but it's just an idea. We'll wake it up a little bit. So we got some brighter looking dunes there. Like that. All right. Once again, we're just blocking things in here. All right. All right. I haven't the faintest thing what you guys are talking about. But you know what? At least you guys are chatting. At least you guys are talking. I didn't want that yellow in there, but it's all right. It's not going to be there when I get done. Yep, gonna bring some of that love up there too. Just a little bit. just because you see me painting this mist in doesn't mean that it's gonna, stay there. I got thousands of trees to paint in there. So, you know, but it still gives me an idea of where to place stuff, where it should be, what it should look like, um, stuff like that. Do I got enough to give me a little more haze? No, I don't. I shall take this, mash it down. I don't want to overdo it really. I'm gonna come out here. I'm pressing pretty good with it. It don't matter, I just want to fade it in. That. So I know where, once again, where things are placed. I'll make this disappear so it, you kind of see it in this little perspective there, what's going on, what's happening. All right. So this is what we have so far. All right. All right. So, okie dokie then. I have this more or less just about all blocked in. Okay. All right. Now that I pretty much have it blocked in, I will once again take Mr. Softy over here. I should use the bigger one, but I'm going to use this one anyway. And I will clean off the little hairs that are sticking to this glycerin. Okay, it's starting to get tacky, so I can add a little more muscle to this. Cool. All right. Very cool. I really don't mind the clouds really melting into this background. You'll see why in a minute about that too. Well, not really a minute, but you'll see why. So, actually, it's really a good thing. You'll see why. Once again, we're doing layers. We'll be doing some glazing. This will be very detailed. Of course, they don't look like it now, but once again, you block it in to get everything set for what's to come. Well, Sonia, as of right now, the painting looked like it's been in a blender, but that's the ugly duckling stage. It's okay. Alrighty. The next stage will be, don't know if I'll do it tonight. It's going on 11:30. I am a wee bit tired. I feel like it. I feel like doing it though. Let me see something. Because I really don't feel like stopping yet. Yeah, they could. They could give you a very bad day. That's true. That is true. Very tiny strokes. Not even strokes. They're really taps. I'm trying to get a brush that will do it justice here. Yeah, I could use this little guy. All right, let's get to work. I'm not ready to go. I'm not ready to retire yet. We're taking some green and some blue. Um, Much more than that. Let's mix it in there. Let's see if this does it. Okay. We're going to start to block in distinct tree shapes. Now you might not see this too well as of yet for now, until we start doing a little bit of subtle highlighting. But what's going to happen is I'm going to smooth out all those streaks you see. I cannot bring it over to the edge too much because of the glycerin. That's fine. This is going to start to kind of make sense now. Now, when I go into the fog area, very light, you know, skipping bits and pieces. Let's come in here like that. Bring this back to being dark, very lightly. Put some in there. But go back to being dark, alt in here. So, in here, add some of that in there. Okay. But even if you gotta really bounce it in there pretty good, do that. Like that. All right. It's all about image. Okay, so we're slowly building this thing. And I'm not getting rid of all of that under coating there. I'm not doing. All right. Okay. Let's take a slight touch of yellow in this. Just like that. And I'm gonna go like this. Come over here. Just like that. And I will highlight it the same way. Okay, believe it or not. I'm gonna come here. And I'm gonna come down like that. So I'm gonna keep that trail, but here, keep going in that U fashion. Grab some more. Come down. Come down. I can bring it right down below in the other to the other tree. That doesn't matter at this point. We're gonna add more to this. Don't worry. We don't have to worry about that either. All up in here. I gotta get some more color. Just a little bit of green. A touch of blue. Get some yellow in there. A little touch of blue. Let's darken it up a little bit. Up in here. Try to add some trees up in there like that. Come down. Okay. Okay. That's first layer. See, now it doesn't. Fatima, what you do is you wet your paper. It depends on what color you're using beforehand. But you take, you wet your paper Actually, you got to try to time it. If you want your fog to be pure white, you're going to have to think way ahead of time to use the white of the paper. But if you can't, or if you don't, or you forgot, you take a wet tissue, all right, and you blot it, and you turn it. Take your you blot it a little bit, get some more clean area of wet tissue, and you blot it some more. The more you blot, the lighter it get, depending on the color you're using. All right. Okay. All right. Little touch of yellow, little touch of white. Let's pop it in there. All right. Let's give it a little test. Let's come over here. Very light taps. Very light. Don't cover everything. Don't cover everything. Very carefully. Very carefully. Hey, Bill. How you doing, man? With watercolor, you don't necessarily have to use white watercolor. Just lift the color off the paper using a wet towel. Not white paint, just wet towel. Watercolor, you almost got to work in reverse. Okay, just letting you know. Yeah, you get just work in reverse. I don't know if I can get away with it, because might not be too. Depends how much white I have. Yeah, I might be able to get away with it. Right about here, right at this edge. Dang, this is good right around here. Yeah, we're good around there, like that. All right, so we got a little sun spot right there. Okay, all right. I'm trying to dig out some white here. Trying to get some brightness. All right, right about here. This should be. Let's see if I can get away with it. Let's give it a little curve. Something like that. Okay. Something like that. All right, so we got a nice little light patch in there. All right. All right. So you see what's going on here? Now, does it make sense with all that going on? You got a little bit of mist, then you got this little light patch here. Got this little light patch here with that little line going on up to separate, and you got the other side of the mountain there. Okay, so hopefully this is making a little touch of sense here. We'll pop a little something here. Yeah, something like that. So we got a little bit of roundness, so we got a little bit of something going on over there. Okay. Nobody's a dork. Nobody's a dork. I see it. I see what you're writing. Nobody's a dork. Even if you are, we're going to be nice enough not to say it out loud. Okay. All right. I'm still checking things out. I'm looking. If I had some more white, I would expound on this a little bit more. But we'll chill. We'll chill right now. Okay. Let's go into a little bit of green. A little touch of yellow in that green. So, different green we got happening here. Okay. Actually, I don't want to do these yet. Let's go up here. Actually, I want that a little more on the blue side. Here. Oh man. Can I even eke out some blue? Yeah. Will that be enough to cover all of that? Nah. We'll make it work a little bit while I got it here. Okay. We're gonna come up here. Okay, it's gonna give me some hell. There we go. Pop it in there like that. No. We're gonna have to work that a little bit. I thought I could be nice with it, but I can't. All right. A little bit of white. You know what? Let's use a different blue that I know will stand out. It's a lighter blue. So we'll use a little cobalt blue today for this. All right, we'll go with cobalt. And we'll put it right in here. Okay. So we'll use the yellow and the cobalt, which will give us yet a different type of green. All right. This should work for us. All right. Let's do that again. A little smidge of white in there. Yeah, that'll work. That works. See, that'll help us out. Do not force it. You want it to be, but you want interesting little patches of your original color in there. Okay. And the key to it is to get rid of that edge also. These are omnidirectional. You can make a path if you would like, but don't. You want gaps in there, but to make them look a little natural. Um, you tend to want to make things in a straight line. Okay, don't do that. Pop them in there, get interesting little patterns, skip, because you want some of that dark, and do more. All right, then stop and look at it. Okay, try to make it, remember you're thinking of thousands and thousands of trees in here. Okay, yes, flash. Um, Sometimes I'm not prepared for it. It makes me jump. I'm not thinking about it. Just like that. Come on in there. And think of what you're painting. You're painting thousands and thousands of trees. All right, we're going to do some gentle highlighting on this too, so we can have a directional path of which way all of this um, um, texture is going. Okay, and that's all you're doing. You're primarily doing a whole bunch of texture right now. All right, so that's a whole lot of texture going on. Let's take the smallest amount of white. Let's go somewhere separate. We'll bring it here. I got a lot of paint on my brush. Just add the white, a little bit of white to it. Okay. All right. We'll come around here. Okay. It's like that. Have a little bend to it. Still keep it looking um keep it looking a little on the natural side. Right now I'm seeing how far to go up with it. But coming around here, and I'll slowly go up, and I'll like make it really patchy, so it looks like it's just disappearing a little bit there. I'm running out. Touch of white. Let's get a bit of yellow. Let's bring some of that back, because I don't want it to look like snow. I'll use a slight bit of water. Now when you add water to paint on this thick sticky stuff, do not press too hard. Please don't do that. It's just a very light touch. Here, see? Very light, like that. Very light. I'll go up a little higher. Like this. You're gonna get a thick burst of light hitting your trees. But as you get further away from the trees, I'll go over here. It starts to, you know, break up a little bit. Okay. You get a few here. We'll go up a little higher. But you get a few things kind of grabbing way up here. You know, some it. You know, yeah, some trying to really reach out somewhere. Now, if you look at your work and it looks kind of patterned, okay, like that, go in the other direction. Okay, that's all. Barehead. Didn't see it. Sorry. Excuse me. Okay. Okay. Maybe a little bit of love here. Not too much, but just a little bit. All right. As I'm looking at it and checking it out, okay. Now I don't want it to really compete too much with this. All right, I'm cleaning off my brush because there's got to be somewhere in this painting where that direct light is really, really hitting strong. And I don't have my lemon yellow, so I'll get some more. So when you're doing a painting like this, contrast is very important. Okay. Oh, let's bring this back. Let's put it back to its original spot, down to the right here. Okay, so I'll go into a little bit of lemon yellow. We'll just put it right here, and some white. Be careful with this. Talk about a firecracker of color right here. Definitely one of the brightest colors you can mess around with. Be careful with this. All right. Okay, so I want direct light. So we go over with this. Just be careful around its edges. Careful, careful. Okay. Remember this up here? Be careful. Be careful. All right. The brighter your highlight, the less of it you need. Just watch yourself. All right, something like that. All right, just be careful with it. That's all. That's all I ask. Just be mindful. We'll put a few dabs up here. We'll play with it like this. All right. And we'll leave it alone like that. All right. So you guys are looking at bear heads, fish. I mean, I don't know, who knows? Killer whale, crocodile, who knows what the heck you guys see. You guys are such sweet, delusional people. Let's take a little touch of this cobalt. We'll put it right here in this light greenish area. We gotta be careful with it though, because it has a tendency to turn gray on you. I want to highlight, but I want a different highlight than what I used before, because that one had more yellow in it. We have highlights here, but I don't want it yellow. So we'll give it a weird, brighter gray look here. As somewhat of a continuation of what the sound is, but it's, Oh, some residual stuff. And you do it in cute little groupings, like so. So I build up with the brighter grayish highlight, keep the original, and you're just blending that together. Okay. We'll put some cute stuff up here. Maybe something hanging around back there saying hello. Don't forget about me, I'm important too. So we'll put him over there. All right. Okay. But as you can see, things are starting to slowly come together. Okay. This scene is going to require a pterodactyl or two. You know, once you said that, I thought about my buddy Sleestacks. I thought you were him for one split second. For one split second, I thought you were him because, oh man, he won't end the post. Well, I have something about a pterodactyl in there. That guy. Okay. Now we have different sets of trees in here. But now they're going to look more like trees in here. Okay, so now it's a different grouping and a different way of putting them there because they're a little larger now. Okay, somewhat recognizable as groups of trees. So I shall take a round brush. I don't want one too large. This one should suffice, I suppose. No, this one will. Okay, I'll show it to you with the smaller camera. This little round brush here. I'll put it back. There you go. Okay. Now, talk about really detailed things here. I'm trying to see where to go with this batch of fellows. Let's try yellow ochre. We'll put the yellow ochre right here. Touch of the cobalt blue. Put it together. That seems cool. That'll work. That'll work for these group of guys. Okay. I might have to open this brush up a little bit. All right. We're going to come over here. And we're going to, well, no. We're going to come over here. Well, let me see first. Let me think here. Let me just get a tester. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Now look. A little batch right there. There's a batch here. All right. You got a little batch here. Let's bring it down to the other one. Just like that. You got a little batch here. Don't get lazy and start mashing it too much. All right. Okay, that's when you start to mess it up. Don't do that. Come here. Interesting little patterns. Come here. Okay. Put a couple in here. And it's just interesting little groupings and little patterns you're doing. Like that. As I'm doing these, okay, this doesn't mean that I won't come back and add little highlights to these. I will. Okay, even if I have to add darker ones in there, I will. We'll leave some of the area of green in there. Not too much, but we'll leave some in there. Okay, I'll need some more. And some more of the cobalt. We'll mix it in there again. A slight touch of water to loosen it up a bit. Once you loosen up this paint, you don't have to press as hard. All right. And don't add too much water. You'll break the you'll unbind the painting, break the binding. You'll unbind it, and it won't be as opaque either. I won't necessarily add all trees. Some of those will be rocks a little later on. Okay, keep it going. You want very interesting, once again, interesting little patterns happening. This is about as traditional a painting as you're going to get. Other than the clouds, there's no special glycerin, no, nothing like that going on with it. If anything, you'll definitely keep the shape of the mountain there. Okay, if it's got a little weird peak, put the trees there for the peak. Okay, all the interesting things happens in here. Okay. Yes, Fatima. Yeah. The clouds look overcast because everything else is a little more vibrant. All right. The trees, the greens, they're overpowering what you see back there. And that's by design. I want it to be overpowering. Oh, let me think here. Let me think. Yeah. Let's keep this. Keep it like this. Once again, not all of these will be trees. Some of them will be rocks later on. Okay. Let's take this. Let's go upward with it so you guys see what's going on here. Okay. Nope, I'll leave it there. So once again, now I got a 45-inch screen. I'm looking over here at the side also, but I'm still checking things out, making sure it's cool. Make sure you see the different types of greens going on, which lets you know what mountains placed where are they at? Okay, in the painting. You follow me? Okay. And once I'm happy with that, we'll smooth out the fog and the mist and all of that. Okay. We'll get on with the falls and whatnot. So it's just me continuously checking things out. Okay. Let's add a little yellow to this funky green. You figure I would use white, right? No. Just use more yellow. I wanted highlights, but I don't need super bright highlights like that. That takes away from this. You got me? Okay. All right. I'm sure you guys got me. If anything, it's going to reach the top parts of the tree, but not too much more than where you see. Because now I'm still thinking of it, even though it's trees, still think of it as a mountain. The highlight is over here. Okay, the sun's peeking through it. It then caught some of that residual bits of that. You got me? Follow me? Sure you do. Good. So you think about all of that while you're doing this. Okay. The same method applies to oil paint also. Okay. I don't want to compete with this. So bring the highlight a little inward like that. See, bring it in here. So I don't have to compete with that glow there. You see how that goes? I'm sure you do. Okay. So you see what's happening here? Oh, you guys are talking about rockabilly songs and songs on the old classic rock station. Yeah, I think it's time for a bunch of y'all to take a nap. But as you can see, your cheese is going to start to have a little more volume, a little more shape to them. All right. We don't have to go too crazy with the highlights. Um, not too much. Not too much. I can add a slight touch of white to where is my color red here. Okay. Once again, the brighter I'll make my highlights, the less I'll go to that edge. I'll just bring it in here a little bit. I can go closer to the edge here because I have no waterfall or no mist to really compete with. But I can also now pattern where I want those highlights to be. Like that. All right. Okay. I kind of like that. Let's kind of add some more there. Nice little grouping right there. Okay. Let's have a grouping here then. And kind of ring around right in here. All right. Okay, cool. Well, there's definitely different levels. All right. My cat was like that when she was younger. She used to want to go upstairs. Not knowing about that black pit bull that was up there. But the black pit bull was the friendliest thing on the block. It would invite you in the house to rob it. Freaking beautiful dog though. Okay. More pronounced trees. Here. Here. I might make that a rock. Who knows? But definitely more pronounced trees. We just got a whole big jungle gym of trees, but I am going to put some rocks in there also. So I know I'm doing a little much for a waterfall painting, but it has a little bit of everything. It's gonna have the waterfalls, it's gonna have the mist, it's gonna have the waves in the little, well, not necessarily a lake. It's gonna have waves in the sand. Okay, so real peaceful type of deal going on with it. There are definitely volcanic mountains, um, volcanic rock type of mountains, but like I say, they're probably maybe 5,000 feet or so. Yeah, because anything above that trust me, you're not gonna get trees. Not enough oxygen. So okay. So as I'm doing this, I'm kind of planning, should I make this the last round of trees? Probably so, since we're like Sunday morning now. So maybe I ought to call it a night. Even though I want to continue, but you guys got to get some rest. Me, not so much. I can keep working on this, but it won't be fair to you guys. But so in all sake of fairness, I'll call it quits. I do want to continue, but that's not good. I don't really want to make a 3-hour video. So, cause now I'm in the mood to really keep going with it, but I will not. We'll shut this down here. So, it went from pencil sketch to this, and I don't believe I rushed at all. A series of, what Larry said, a series of pounces, but you got to place them after I block everything in. Once you block everything in, especially if you tend to sketch out your work, okay, once you block it in, okay, things get a little easier. You get to see things a little more, all right, and you start to add your details and such in there slowly, and you do it like I just done. You do it a section at a time, all right, each section at a time. And I knew I was going to work with a vast array of greens. You need that for separation, okay. And I don't need the sunlight yellow on the trees to be emulated everywhere else, because that's just going to create a bunch of confusion of you don't know what goes where. Okay, so we have various tones of green. Some have more yellow in them. Some have blue in them. Some have brown in them. Okay, you can get greens with red in them. All right, so you can use blue and yellow ochre, blue and yellow. You can use black and yellow. Various ways to do your greens. Okay, so yeah, it's only 9:09 where you are. It's 12:09 here. So yeah, like I say, and oh, I already, yeah, DJ. You know, who knows what you guys got to do in the morning? Oh, it's only 11. Well, where some of you guys are, yeah. That's right. We're on the East Coast over. Well, I'm on the East Coast over here, so it is now Sunday morning. So, and even as I'm talking to you right now, I'm still checking out this painting. I'll see if I yet have to add or take away anything. I am using Chocola paints for this. Okay. The only time I've used glycerin so far was just the clouds back there. All right. I don't have to have the clouds. I don't have to have it super duper bright and sunshiny, because it'll take away from what you're looking at as far as the clouds. And plus, I need them subdued for what's coming a little later. Okay, so that's why I'm doing things the way I'm doing it, because we're not yet finished at all. I did a bit of it, but we're not done. You know, I still have smooth out, straighten up with the sand. I got foam. I have the waterfalls to do yet. Throw some rocks in there. Put some more greenage in there. Yeah, I'll probably put some kind of wave motion in here, but mainly it will be the foam here, all up in here. We'll get some of that going also. Okay, and like I said, these are paintings that I don't normally do, because this is a different, I guess, a different level of teaching, really. But anybody yet can still do something like this, because I'm trying to break it down as best as I can and showing you. South Texas, so he might be an hour or maybe two behind us, depending on where he's at. So, well, I live in a very funny state because if I go north, in about 4 hours, no, yeah, about 3 hours or so, I'll be in Canada. If I go west, about 4 hours, I'll be in Canada. If I go east, 4 hours, I'll be in Brooklyn. Okay. If I go further east than that, I'll be in the Atlantic. Um, so it's funny. If I go any further west, I'll be in Niagara Falls. All right. I think I'm done jacking, and I think I'm done for the night. So, yeah, we're focusing fairly well too. I think I got the light situation straight too, because even though it's dark, you guys still see all sorts of detail and stuff going on. So I think we're good. Yeah, you guys still see all the tones and everything. So I think I got at least that part of it straight, Larry. Okay. Um, Indiana. Okay. All right. Let's put the towel on my lap here. Well, guys, I'm not gonna keep you. I do appreciate you. Where are we at here? Um, who knows what time? Um, I'll be on tomorrow. I know it'll be a whole lot earlier than midnight. Um, I might do this pretty early my time, um, which will be like morning breakfast for Larry. Um, but if I come on at a pretty decent time, I'm feeling pretty good. We're gonna end up finishing this painting tomorrow. So, and we're gonna add all sorts of funnage to this painting. So stay tuned for that. Once again, it's not a rush. Painting is something, once again, a little more detailed and slow going to show everybody, they can do it too. 16 by 20 canvas board. Uh, I'm trying to think of what else here. I think that's it. Okay, guys. Until next time, be safe. Enjoy your weekend. If I do not see you, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care. Peace.